Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Midday Masterclass. Our guest today is the legendary Sri Lankan pacer Chaminda Vaas. With 355 test wickets and 400 ODI scalps, Vaas spearheaded Sri Lanka's pace attack for over a decade. He was the first in ODI cricket to take an 8-4, which came against Zimbabwe in 2001. He was also part of Sri Lanka's 1996 World Cup winning team. Since his retirement, he has been involved with coaching. His last stint was with the Sri Lankan national team as a bowling coach. Please raise your hands for Chaminda Vaas. What brings you to Mumbai, Chaminda?
I know Joel Singh for many years, and our friendship goes long way back. And he always invited me for his coaching camp, and for the last couple of years I came here and looking all the talents, and great to see one of the most youngsters are doing really well, Joel Singh's academy.
Chaminda, how do you see Sri Lanka's fast bowling evolution?
We have enough fast bowlers back home, but how we train them, how we take them into future is questionable. The first class cricketers have to be top class. Even the fitness level have to be the number one for fast bowlers. We have enough talent to pursue it in Sri Lanka.
Your 400th ODI wicket came against Yuvraj Singh. It was apparently also your last one-day match. Can you recall some fond memories of that game and that wicket?
As a player, as a cricketer, you know, when you play for the country, you never go for records. All I want to do well for my team, for my country as well. But the 400 is very special for me. Taking Yuvraj Singh, and the whole world knows who is Yuvraj Singh is, and the great cricketer from India, and I'm very pleased to take his wicket and end up taking 400 wickets.
How do you see India's pace bowling evolution? Are you really satisfied with what you see? Is it exciting?
Over the years, India has produced so many good fast bowlers. If I name it from back 1980s, Kapil Dev to Javgal Srinath, Ishant Sharma, now Bumrah. But with this IPL, India has produced so many good fast bowlers. If I name it, Umar Malik.
Yes.
And there are quite a few left-armers have come up. India is in safe hands when it comes to fast bowling, and even for the last 2 years, India has been doing really well again, even Test cricket, one-day, T20, and many more fast bowlers to come up from IPL.
Any fast bowler which excites you, Indian fast bowler which excites you? Left arm pacer, if possibly?
Well, there are so many left-armers have produced in India. I think Nanaraja, there's a guy who playing for Lucknow.
Mohsin Khan.
The other guy is right-arm fast bowler. I think he will play very soon in India. Zuma Malik, right? He has a lot of potential for India, and it's help for Bumrah as well.
Who was the toughest you bowled to and why?
During my era, there were so many toughest batters like Sachin Tendulkar, Brian Lara, Adam Gilchrist, Matthew Hayden, Saeed Afridi. But they're all great cricketers. With them, it's not easy to bowl, and you have to bowl perfect line for them and make the mistake. And those are the great players. Those are the toughest I have bowled to.
My colleague Subodh Mayure has a question. Subodh.
Hi Chamunda. When pacers bowling main qualities are concerned, always spoke about their in-swinging delivery, outgoing delivery. But what is your productive delivery which gets you the more wickets? Is that one is a reverse swing?
Well, it's different to person. Say for a left armer, the natural swing is in swing. If you take right arm fast bowler, the natural swing is out swing. So you got to master your stock ball. If you master your stock ball, you can able to get wickets. Others have to practice as well other stuff like outswing, slow balls, so many variations. So as a fast bowler, you got to practice many hours. So if you develop those skills, you can be a great bowler.
What would be your advice to these youngsters how to develop their reverse swing, especially in different conditions with a older one ball?
Well, before reverse swing, I think they have to learn the basics as a fast bowler. Running technique. I think being a fast bowler, you need to have a good technique. We call fast bowlers like athletes. If you don't have a good running technique, you won't be able to be a good fast bowler. So the mainly running technique and the action as well. If you talk about action, you have side on action, front on. There are so many. So if you have mixed action, you won't be able to bowl quick. You tend to get injuries. But depends on the coaches. You have to work with the coaches and you have to get the right bowling action to bowl quick.
Was it be a challenge for you to bowl with white ball and red ball in two different formats, and the advice to these youngsters, so how to go for a longer format and particularly the shorter format?
So if you are playing with the red ball, the advantage has the fast bowler that this red ball swing a lot, many overs. If you shine the ball properly, you can swing many times. But when it comes to white ball, the white ball, about period of time, just say maybe 5 overs, 6 overs, the ball swing a lot. So you need to have right technique to swing the ball and right technique to take wickets. Those are the things. There is no much difference between red and white, but if you know the art of fast bowling, it's easy. Fast bowling is not rocket science.
We have 4 aspiring fast bowlers and they have some questions for you. Please introduce yourself and ask a question.
Hello, my name is Raj Agrawal. I'm a right arm pacer, medium pacer. So my question is that my natural action is of in swing. So even if I try to bowl outswing, in swing happens. So what should I do to bowl outswing?
Your stock ball is in swing, so you have to master that first. Once you master that, right, when you have confidence to bowl in swing regularly, then you can able to bowl the outswing. But when you bowl outswing, you have to have a nice wrist position to bowl outswing. It's all about practice. It's to develop your skills, but it won't happen in overnight. You got to practice and ask from coaches. The coaches will help you how to bowl different balls. Those are the things you can learn, because you can't learn everything in one day. Being a fast bowler, fast bowlers are not magicians. You got to learn one at a moment.
If you could tell him what is an ideal grip for outswing.
So ideal grip was, say, if I show to you, so I'm a left arm fast bowler. This has to be the grip. So the fingers is pointing at fine leg and the wrist has to be very firm if you want to bowl right hand batsman in swing, right? The shiny side is this side. But if you want to bowl outswing, the shiny has to be other side, but your fingers pointing towards first slip. And when you deliver, you have to deliver like this. You have to show the palm to the batsman and the fingers has to be towards slip. If you can able to roll the finger towards the ball does everything.
Hello, my name is Jai Kanabar. I'm a right arm medium pacer. So my question is for you, how can I increase my pace, that too without letting my head and body fall?
There are so many ways you can increase your pace. The one thing is physical fitness, the exercise you do. There are specific exercises for fast bowlers, power training, medicine ball stuff, and your bowling technique as well, how fast your arm action is. Those are the things you can increase your pace. And the other thing is your core. The core has to be very strong, and the glutes. People who have good glutes, strong core, can able to bowl 145 plus.
If you hear it on commentary, we hear it everywhere, the head, the follow through. If you can give us a demonstration of how that is, and if you can go into the finer details.
Yeah. If you take a fast bowler, there are 6 elements. Those 6 elements has to be one to bowl quick. Those 6 elements are, you have to have a nice rhythmical run up, right? Nice technique. Then 80% of your bowling fast, mainly run up. Then your back foot landing. Back foot landing can be sideway or front, open chase, anywhere. Then how you gather the ball. Once you gather, then how you stride, then how you release the ball, and the follow through. Once you do everything in line, always link to one. That one is to bowl quick. If you take all the great fast bowlers in the world, if I name it, Dane Steyn, Bradley, Stark, all 145 plus. Their running technique, their strides, follow through, how they release, everything is one line. Even the heads are one line. If your heads are falling, that's your action is not complete. So everything is for a fast bowler has to be one line to bowl quick.
Hello sir, my name is Shreyash Pawar. So my question to you is that, so how can I bowl Yorker consistently?
If you want to bowl wicket to wicket Yorkers or wide Yorkers, you got to practice hard. Like I said earlier, you got the skill is number one. You can't get everything overnight. You can't get everything bowling 5-6 overs. Maybe you got to practice hours and hours. That's why we call practice make you perfect all the time. And get the coaches and try to consistently bowl Yorkers many times you can. If you bowl 2-3 Yorkers, sometimes you say I'm satisfied, right? I'm done. It's not that. You got to practice over and over and over again. Fast bowling is a rhythm. That rhythm have to be perfect every time you practice. So same practice you have to apply in the matches as well.
You have seen Malinga from close quarters, When you talk about practice and practice and practice, we all see his Yorkers, his toe crushers, very consistent every time, he aims to do it. How does that come through?
Malinga, I have seen Malinga, but I was working with Malinga as well, but I have seen how Malinga is training, After he's finished practices, he just keep pair of shoes, batting crease. He bowl about maybe 10 overs, maybe 60 balls at a time, till he satisfies his Yorker. He bowls many overs. He always believed that you got to practice your skills. Every fast bowler have skills, but that skill you got to practice at practices. You have to train at practices. So even if you bowl, you finish bowling to a batter, you got to do your spot bowling, get your length, get your Yorkers properly, slow balls. That's how you are able to go up in the ladder.
Hello sir, my name is Manav Mistry. I'm a right arm medium fast bowler, and the question I wanted to ask you is how to bowl a knuckleball and at what stage of the match should we bowl it?
Well, there are so many slow balls in cricket nowadays. When I was playing, I had maybe 2 slow balls, but now you have so many different varieties, different kind of slow balls. But it depends on the batsman and depends on the right time to bowl the knuckleball. But to bowl knuckleball, you got to practice. Without practice, you can't bowl knuckleball in a game. So you need to have confidence to bowl the knuckleball, whoever comes to bat. If I say that your knuckleball is the best knuckleball, then you have to bowl without any hesitation because you have confidence to bowl. But bowling the knuckleball, you got to have the right fielders at the right places.
So how do you do that basically? Like how do you bowl a knuckleball? Like, is there a basic technique to it or?
There is no basic technique, but you need to practice knuckleball. You have to, when you hold the ball, last minute, you have to get your fingers like this.
Okay.
So this to get, you got to practice because when you run and do this, it's not easy.
Yes. But then how do you have that force to it? Like do you need to have fingers strong?
Yeah, the fingers has to strong. So once your fingers are strong, you can able to. It's called like backspin. If you can control the ball, you can bowl the knuckleball. There are so many ways. People call about split fingers, cross seam. There are so many ways you can, but you have to practice. But the most important thing, you have to practice what is comfortable. If you are not comfortable, there's no point practicing same one. But it will take time. Sometimes you will find the split finger is much easier than knuckleball. So practice whatever you can practice, get it right.
We hear a lot about wrist positions, the seam going right, cross seam as you just spoke about. What are the advantages and how do you master that?
Any fast ball in the world, you need to have a nice wrist position to bowl either good outswing or the good in-swing. If you hit the seam properly, that the bowlers have advantage this seam either goes this way or that way. So you need to have a nice wrist position, fingers behind, palm has to be shown batsman all the time, and it's called backspin. But you need to practice those things because the game has gone to a different level, and the game is always have an advantage for batters. Even the wickets are preparing for batters. Even the bats nowadays are totally different. So bowlers have to be clever enough. Bowlers have to be smart enough to tackle all these things and learn, and when it comes to game, master those things and do well for by the team or the country.
Chaminda, coaches always recommend their bowlers to bowl with certain specific actions like front on or side on. So, what would be your advice to these youngsters to which action they need to stick with?
I can't say there is ideal fast bowling action, but over the years, so many people have studied. Even the biometric scientists, they have some. You can't say either side on or the open chase or the front arm. Everything for a fast bowler, you will get injuries. The main important thing is how fit you are to bowl many overs. But you need to concentrate your body type. There are fast bowlers have strong physics. There are bowlers who have rhythmical fast bowlers. You got to find out which type fast bowler I am. According to that, we have to train. So there are so many strength conditioning exercises you can develop. When I started playing, I had a mixed action. Most of the people said that I won't be able to play for country many years, but I took it as a challenge. So I have proved enough. Even though I have a mixed action, the areas which I focus, say my front leg, my back, my glutes, I need to improve those things. If I improve those things, you can able to play many years. But being a fast bowler, you will never play 100% fit. You may have a niggle. You need to have courage to play with those niggles and play for the state team or the national, wherever you play, you have to play, because fast bowling is it's not easy, fast bowler. If you take 3 departments, batting, bowling, fielding, fast bowling is the most difficult part. Being a fast bowler, you need to have a big heart. Even 35-40 degrees, captain will come and tell you, yeah, bowl for me. You can't complain, you have to bowl. So to bowl like that, you need to have fitness. You need to have commitment, dedication. If you have all these things, you can become a great fast bowler.
One last thing, talking about actions, we see so many different actions, and young kids get inspired by that. People got inspired by Malinga slinging action, Bumrah's unorthodox action. What is your suggestions to guys who try to imitate them? Like even when we were all growing up, we used to copy sometimes you, sometimes someone else, because that's the inspiration. What would you say to those who try to imitate those action and try to bowl like them?
Youngsters imitate bowlers because they are great bowlers. I think they have shown their skills and they have done so well, extremely well for the countries. So they will imitate them, but when they come to practices, we will never change the action. If I say Lasith Malinga has a unique action. If Lasith Malinga, if he born somewhere else, I don't think he will play for their country. So you don't have to change. There are things you can change.
So you would encourage someone?
I will encourage, because they are like to become Bumrah or Lasith Malinga, whoever it is. You have to encourage them, but give them the right answer and get them right direction to go. Because you can't put them down. When they are young age, you can't put them down. Right. The way they're thinking is totally different. So not to change their mindset as well.
This was a really insightful session with Chaminda Vaas, and I'm sure our participants, the young aspiring fast bowlers for India, would have learned a thing or two from the master himself. It was a pleasure having you, Chaminda, for this insightful masterclass with Midday. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. And I would like to thank Jola Singh as well, inviting me for this coaching camp. And I have seen so many good talent coming on from these camps, like Preeti Shaw, Yashasvi Singh, and I have seen a couple of guys are extremely well. So I wish them all the best.
Great to hear that. Thank you.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.